Cardinals Patriots is our next one up.
Don't need to talk about it.
Arizona.
It sucks.
But never mind. They exposed Baltimore.
Who?
The Patriots.
Yes.
Does that give them any credit?
It does, but it gives credit to Belichick. And that's what I was about to say. Is I think now that we have picked that game, it's a good time to ask, like, was it Brady? Was it Belichick? Was it a little bit of both? Because I think when you see the way that he's playing on the Bucs, he's had probably 4 bad games, 4 really bad games. This last one, y'all, he looked awful. He looked wishy-washed. He couldn't throw the ball down the field. He did have a lot of pressure in his face, but...
Which is why I picked the Rams in that game.
So out of sync.
I did as well. I picked Bucs. It was a bad decision for me. Usually I pick against But yeah, Brady did not look good, dude. He didn't. He just throwing balls behind people and just floating stuff and making bad decisions. And
you're right. He the timing, everything looked off. The offense looked out of sync.
Everything. Even though they weren't like out of it, Like there was one point where it was 14-14, but Brady just didn't, and he had a touchdown. He still it didn't look good.
And then we did just enough to almost be a game.
Yeah, it like looked competitive. It looked competitive if you just looked at the score, but if you watched it, it was a blowout. The defense was like barely holding. You know what I'm saying? Like they were making a bunch of plays for the offense, and it's just like the offense had no pop.
Can I say this? I feel like the main reason that the Patriots aren't good is because they didn't have a quarterback in their system already that they trusted enough to take over.
Correct.
Because I feel like if Cam Newton had 2 or 3 years in this system, the Patriots would be a double-digit win team and consider
more of a threat.
Yeah, so, I think that a lot of what Brady gets credit for was a system that they created in New England.
I agree, and that's what I think is kind of showing right now is that you have the Patriots who look good kind of schematically, you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing a lot of things that are like interesting and good to keep them competitive in games when I feel like there's a talent disparity. So I just
Which is incredible considering all the draft picks they always have.
Right. But there's just a talent disparity there, so it's weird seeing them be so like good on paper, bad on field, and then seeing on the flip side Tom Brady be like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes he makes, like in previous weeks he's made really good decisions and just, executed a little bit better. He didn't even execute this past week. So I think it kind of shows like they wanted to move off of him because he was getting older. He's going to have games like that where he just like can't muster up the stuff, Like even if he hasn't fallen off, he's going to have like bad games where he looks old, And he's going to get exposed for being a little bit older because part of why the Rams were so effective was because they were just collapsing the pocket and he just can't move.